Welcome to the live stream. I am your hostess, Jenna Moreci. If you're not familiar, I am an award-winning romantasy and writing craft author. You can check out my writing craft books, How to Write Romantasy, as well as Shut Up and Write the Book. They're linked below. And you can check out my romantasy series, the Savior series. The first 3 books are available and also linked below. The 4th book is not yet available, but it will be one day. Oh, Christ, that ad scared the hell out of me. Oh, was there an ad that played? That's crazy. But anywho, welcome to the live stream. Sorry about the ad that played. I am here with Butters right now. We're playing Fetch. If you are new to these streams, we do writing sprints, which is where we set the timer for 20 minutes and write as many words as we can during those 20 minutes. If you are not in the drafting phase of whatever you're working on, then that's okay. You can edit for 20 minutes. You can critique for 20 minutes. You can beta read for 20 minutes. You can do homework for 20 minutes. The idea is to be productive. But until then, I answer questions. We have fewer people than we usually have, but it might just be because we just got started. But anywho, hello, everyone. Yes, it's Buttersize time right now. Let's see if you can see her. There she is. There's the little girl. Hello. I'm going to throw her ball. Yes. OMG, Butters. Yes, Butters is here. So I'm just finishing up some fetch, and then I can get to work. Iona is not here today. She has family obligations, but I'm sure she sends her love. I miss playing fetch with my cat. He's an old boy now. I bet he gives really good cuddles, though. Cutie Princess Butters. Yes. The champion. Do you have big summer plans? Well, that's something that I need to tell you guys about. You guys probably know that Cliff was supposed to have surgery last week. Well, they postponed it. So it's supposed to be this weekend. Which is really frustrating. It totally screwed up my whole month. It was also frustrating because we were hoping to go on vacation, and we didn't because of the surgery, and now it turns out we totally could have gone on vacation. So just a very, very stressful situation, but hopefully he'll have his surgery on Saturday and get it over with. Cliff's birthday is also on Wednesday, so that's very... very exciting. So we're gonna go out for barbecue and get some good stuff. Wait, I wasn't ready. Can we start over? Nope. Too bad. It was one of the few times where we started on time. But yeah, so happy early birthday, Cliff. Hopefully the birthday... Oh, well, we didn't book it because of the surgery. But it turns out we could have gone on vacation, and so it's a big bitch. I've honestly forgotten already. Ads are the price for the free version of YouTube. Yes, indeed. Been trying to code my own writing web app for my personal use. Very cool. But yeah, so that's what's going on. Today I have some YouTube stuff that I got to work on. I wish I could work on the rom-com because I actually just reached my favorite chapter. So that would be fun to edit, but I really need to write a YouTube script. So the ball that I'm throwing for Butters is literally ripped in half, so it doesn't bounce anymore because it can't. See, look. It's like Pac-Man, but she still loves it. Have you read anything interesting lately? I have not. Hi. Hello, Fufu. She's so cute. Look at her with her little broken ball. Butters. Okay. That poor ball. Yeah, it's lived a lot of life, and it's very dead now, but she still wants it, so. Yeah, Butters loves the old grody toys. We have tons of brand new toys that look so cute, and she won't touch them. She just wants the gross ones that are all torn apart. So it makes it look like we don't care about her, but we do. This is what she wants. This is her request. My copy of Shut Up and Write the Book arrived, and I've already started highlighting and making notes as I read it. Yay! I'm so glad you're enjoying it. I'm cursing at my prehistoric laptop that died with all my writing. Thank God I have backups. Yeah, seriously, I'm glad you have backups. Will the Savior's Army get an audiobook? That's the goal. It's just that it's been a while since I've done an audiobook and the process has changed. So I kind of need to do research into that to make sure I do it right. And I don't really have the time for that right now. So it's just a big ol', it's an eventually kind of situation. Butters, her chin was always white. She's always had a white chin, but she's getting white around her nose too, and I think it's so cute. Hi, Butters. I think she's peeing. We have a little potty set up for her in the bathroom. Hi, you're back. Did you take a whiz? Ugh. If I'm not at full energy, it's because I have bad cramps, so that's fun. Super exciting. But we're hanging in there. Paul doesn't even bounce. It just hits the floor with a thud. Cramps are the worst. Day one. No, not day one. I actually normally don't get cramps. So this is like, thanks. Thanks, body. Thanks, useless organ that I will never use. Cramp twins. I will have to write old school, longhand. That's frustrating. I'm sorry. I feel like my camera is like dirty. Maybe I need to like clean it. It might just be the light coming in. But how is everyone's day going so far? I had therapy, and then Cliff had physical therapy, and I refilled my lexicon. I am in the trenches there with you, crimplets. Crimplets! Kind of reminds me of the Krampus. We're syncing up. That's great. But yeah, I ordered my Lexapro. I made myself a really delicious lunch. I made myself pesto shrimp. It was super good. And I've gotten a lot of little things done today, but I really need to get this script done, and I'm not looking forward to it. Been working on self-edits. They've taught me that I am, in fact, a shit writer. Well, the first draft is always shitty. That's just how it is. And the self-edit is where you really show what kind of writer you are. If this first draft was perfect and you didn't see anything wrong with it, that would be a bad sign. That means you haven't grown and developed and sharpened your eye. So I think that the fact that your first draft sucks and that you recognize it shows that you're a better writer than you think. Holy crap. Come home and my dog will jump. No, your poor toe. That toe is going through it. It was delicious. I made it a couple days ago as well, and it wasn't as good as the last time I had it because I used different shrimp, and I think I just didn't like this shrimp as much. it was like these shrimps were fatter. I think I kind of prefer medium-sized shrimp, and these were like larger shrimp. I don't know. I just got back from the airport with a Lyft driver who sent mixed messages and drove away, leaving me to wait for a second one. So maybe I need to move up my own. What? That's crazy. Hello, welcome. Hi, I've been working on my first novel since 2018. Fantastic. No, Iona tonight. Yes, she has a family obligation. So she's hopefully having a good time. I love pesto, pesto pasta, pesto seafood, and so forth. Yes, I love pesto. I love pesto too. I'm right there with you. It's not my favorite pasta sauce, but I do really enjoy it. And sometimes you're just like in the mood for it. Like sometimes it's just like, I need this. Anyone handwrite their drafts first or type them? I definitely type them. I know there's something in my eye. Hello, everyone. Hi, Butters. Ever had coconut shrimp? Yes, I have. Hello. I used to hand draft in like 2009. Yeah, I hand wrote when I was in elementary school, but how has Ariana Grande being in California changed? It has not changed my life remotely. I'm not a fan. And I'm just not cool. I love a girl's girl. And I don't think Ariana Grande is one. I need to get more chapters ready to send to my critique partners. They're rapidly getting through the 7 I sent, but it's good to know that the book isn't a dumpster fire. Exactly. There you go. That has never happened to me, but I listen to music during the idea phase, not while I'm writing. So I listen to music while I'm coming up with the ideas, and then while I write, I use silence. Yes. I had a desktop computer when I was like in middle school or elementary school, but it was like the family desktop. It wasn't mine. So just, when it was my time to use the computer, I'd write the stories there. Well, there isn't. Okay. I'm a little concerned now. Tomato sauce isn't an ingredient that you put into pasta sauces. There's no such thing as just like a tomato sauce, like for the pasta. The tomato sauce is an ingredient that you use to make bolognese or to make marinara, for example, or a tomato cream. So I'm a little concerned that you've just been pouring tomato sauce straight onto pasta. I like Alfredo more than marinara. But I do really like a lemon cream, a tomato cream, a vodka sauce, or or Alfredo. Marinara is probably my least favorite, but it's one of those things where it has a time and place. I also make a really good red clam sauce. That shit is fire. Okay, last one. Okay, ooh. Oh. Good girl, everyone, good girl. Go, everyone tell Butters what a good girl she is. She won the game. You did it, Butters. That's what happens whenever we finish fetch. We tell her that she won the game so that she knows it's over. And then she brings the ball to the bed and shows Cliff. All right. I used to do that back in high school. My hands don't get cramped. I take supplements for my joints. So I used to have carpal tunnel. I don't anymore. Never understood the appeal of Ariana's music myself. I think it's very understandable. I think it's very obvious what the appeal is. She's a very talented singer. Um, you know, she's has a talent very similar to Mariah Carey. I just don't enjoy her kind of music. It's just not for me. I do like one of her songs. I like "Break Free." That's my vibe. But the rest of her music, not really. Oh, yay! I'm so glad you enjoyed the course. We've got a new episode of the course coming out on Wednesday, and then one more coming out the Wednesday after, and then the last one coming out the Wednesday after. See, that's when I listen to music, I imagine stories in my head. Um, and so that's how I get story ideas is while listening to music. But that's why I don't write while I listen to music. I mean, I come up with the ideas and then I write after. Yes, I know you love to talk about Ariana and all the pop girlies. Oh no. If you're gonna do a struggle meal, I recommend getting a can of tomato sauce and then get a can of like canned tomatoes and um, ninja chop them and mix it with the tomato sauce and the seasoning, and it'll make it at least have more of a consistency of a real marinara sauce. It's not going to be like there's obviously other ingredients missing, but if you do the tomato sauce and the canned tomatoes and blend the canned tomatoes, mix them together with the seasoning, it's a closer, and it's just another dollar. So good girl, Butters, you won. She's sitting next to me all proud. She's like, yes, I did. When life gives you lemon sauce. If you take a collagen supplement, it can help with that. I take it in my coffee every morning. I get the Great Lakes. I think it's called Great Lakes collagen. Right, Butters? I take it in my coffee every morning. Um, yes, Great Lakes. It's expensive. There are cheaper kinds, but I found that the cheaper kinds didn't do anything for me, and the Great Lakes one actually did. I'm the same way. I will totally make friends with the dog at the party. See, I don't enjoy instrumental music usually, unless it's like symphony or orchestra. But some people they like to listen to like movie soundtracks. I'm not into that. Yes, exactly, because I've been there. But and also, you can make actually like really good um bolognese and marinara sauces with I make mine with canned tomato sauces and canned tomatoes. I just use a lot of extra other stuff. But yeah, you can take cheap. That's like the Sicilian side of my family. Um, you can take a bunch of cheap ingredients and still make something really good. How do I write fight scenes in a novel? I have multiple videos on this. Check them out. I have a video on this as well, so check that out. Exactly. Usually when we go to a party, it Butters is that dog because we bring her lots of places. I'm trying to show you her without getting Cliff in the image because I know he's private, but that's her butt. So enjoy her little tush. Anywho, I have to figure out what topic I want to make the final episode of my course. I'm kind of stuck between two. This is actually extremely common. I don't know if you're autistic. I myself am autistic, and this is something I do, but a lot of authors do this. I've been well known for having a writing playlist. I have playlists for every one of my books. They're available on Spotify. So yeah, this is extremely common. I don't necessarily think it's an autism thing, but it's cool if you are autistic, because I am too. Does Butters get jealous of other doggies? No, she is scared of other dogs, though, because she's so small. Who's a good girl? You are, Butters. You're the good girl. That's what Panda for Prez says. She says thank you. I got a new job and had 2 new story ideas. It seems like the more free time I have, the harder it is to be creative. I can kind of relate to that. For me, it's like usually when I have free time, that's when my mental illness acts up. Like my CPTSD usually fires up when things finally calm down in life, and that makes it hard for me to write. So it's very frustrating. Profit. Hello, hello. Late diagnosis, it actually affects my writing a lot, like writing dialogue that always gets straight to the point fast because I don't know how people just talk about stuff. I would recommend people watching. Go into research mode, observe people. That, a lot, it's not all autistic people, but some autistic people, they observe people regularly so they can learn how to mask. And that has made writing it's been very helpful to my writing. Yes, be a spy, exactly. Observe people, and it's sort of like it's something that a lot of autistic people, especially autistic women, do to learn to mask, and it's also beneficial to your writing, to observe people and how they speak and things like that. It's fortunate because in the book I'm currently writing, the main character is autistic and her love interest has ADHD. So it's cool because when they have a disagreement, they just immediately talk it out and everything's fine. It's great. Have you ever seen the Odyssey movie? I saw the one from the 90s, the miniseries. I've seen that one. You just don't get too close when you watch the people. They don't like that. Get all up in their business. I like to write dialogue with the assumption that everyone's answering their own internal monologue more than each other. It's interesting. Good grief. I didn't know I needed to hear that observing people as normal and autistic folks always felt like, yeah, it's really, really common, especially among autistic women. Yeah, it's something that we do to kind of get a better feeling of how to fit in. And then you get to a certain age where you don't give a shit about fitting in and you're totally fine with being a weirdo. And that's where I'm at. So does it work when they speak German, but I write English? I mean, I don't see why not. The only thing that I think would be different is if there are different like cultural and like societal social norms. And if you're writing for like a US audience, and German social norms are different, that's the only thing I could think of. Eavesdropping on normal people. Hey, sorry, can you repeat that? Well, honestly, like when I go to like a party or something, usually people don't talk to me. So I just sit and I just, watch people talk because it's like, you're not talking to me and I have nothing to contribute. So Yeah, when you get punished enough for like doing things wrong and you don't understand what you're doing wrong, eventually you have to like observe to learn what the right thing to do is. And what's frustrating for me is like I'm really stubborn and sometimes the right thing is stupid and doesn't make any sense and it's like no, I'm not going to do that. And so I just like just accept that I'm going to be punished for this behavior, but I don't want to conform to a social rule that is stupid and doesn't make sense. I yes, I do mean people watching, but I don't personally make up stories about the people I watch. I like, and for to be clear, I'm not just like sitting on a bench watching people. It's just like, for example, like if I go to a family party, I just sit and I'm people are having a conversation and I'm listening to the conversation and nodding along and maybe interjecting a little bit here and there, but mostly I'm observing, and it's like you kind of get an idea of people's mannerisms and how they talk and how the neurotypicals behave and stuff like that. And it's just like if I'm in a hospital waiting room, I'm paying attention to the people around me and how people talk. But I don't make up stories for them because I don't think these people like they're not interesting to me. Yes, I can totally relate to that where it's like you start getting into it and then you realize, oh wait, like this is embarrassing. So I get it. I speak like Leonard Hofstadter, like I'm reading a dissertation. I don't watch that show, but what I have seen, he seemed to talk normally to me. How often are you around dramatic high society folks? Well, I actually live in like a very like affluent area, so it was not uncommon for me to be around. I don't know if I'd call them high society folks, but like rich bitches. That's what I call them. Okay, I think I'm all caught up. So here are the topics that I have to choose from for this course. Hold on. Where is it? This is the wrong spreadsheet. It's either going to be about pacing or emotive writing. I'm not sure which one is more, I don't know, appropriate. Yeah, someone else asked, "Are you Southern?" Um, I don't know. I'm from California, so it's not relevant to me. Pacing, in my opinion, pacing. All right. My issue is that I already have a video on pacing. I mean, I have multiple videos on emotive writing as well, but I guess it could work. Let me take a look. Sorry, I'm pulling up my documents to see if I have like ample information on pacing. But I was kind of leaning toward that as well. So great minds. Video files. Nope. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think I could cover pacing. Okay. Some people at work know I write. Friday, some out that didn't know, and one asked what my book was about. I gave micro synopsis, and he responds, "Well, bad news. I'm not going to play." Wow, that doesn't surprise me. I've had so many people say shit. Pacing. What about pacing and outlining? It really wouldn't make sense for outlining to be the last video of the course when it's like in order. And also when it makes sense to have pacing and outlining go together when they have nothing to do with one another. We already covered how to create a premise and plan your novel. So this is outlining is not at all on the table. It was pacing or emotive writing. But I have an editing question. The omega symbol is a big part of the noble family I'm writing. Should I use a symbol or spell out omega? It's fantasy, obviously, so there'd be no Greek. It depends on what you're saying. If you're having them say, like the characters are saying, the omega symbol flashed across the screen, you would write the omega symbol. But if it's like a letter to them, then where they're like omega 234, like then I would use the symbol. Well, even then you would write out. Yeah, I would write the word. I'd write the word, I think. Oh, that's so cool. Just switch it up and make the last video about how to do your taxes. See, you are just nicer than me. That's really adorable. I think that's really sweet and cute. You're just nicer than me. I feel like Jenna would make a great taxes video, though. A lot of people have requested it, and the reason I haven't is just because I don't know, like, if I could get in trouble for giving tax advice without having like a license in that. I don't know if I could get in trouble for that, and and um, and also like it's one thing if I give writing advice and someone messes up their story, but it's another thing if I give tax advice and someone messes up their taxes, like that could get you in jail. And so I'm just very scared, or else I would give tax advice about like being a writer and what to do. But the one thing I will say, guys, is you can write off your writing expenses. So like when I get a new laptop, that's a write-off because that's my business. Um, the fee to have my website domain, I get to write that off. You can even write off part of your home if it's your office space. Um, every single expense that goes toward my business, you can write it off. And I know some writers who don't write that stuff off, and it's very, very like they're missing out on a lot of money because we like being a self-published or like being in well, not a self-published necessarily because it's the same for traditional published. The tax rate that you pay on your income is really high. So whatever you can write off, obviously being legal. I don't write off my groceries, because that's not relevant to my work. But yeah, I keep a spreadsheet, and I log every expense I make toward the business, and then when it's tax season, I write it off. I'm concerned about people's reading skills and attention span. I just finished the Legendborn cycle, and people were complaining about the length, and it's not even that long. Yeah, we're having a huge illiteracy crisis right now, and it's really showing with readers and book reviews and things like that. It's a big thing right now. It was a guy too. I love when guys dress alternatively instead of basic jeans and a hoodie. No offense if that's your style, but I love more layered looks. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. Illustrious nicknames. I kind of love that. Yes, it is the last one. Of course, happy to help. You can't write off stuff until you start making money as a writer, because then there's nothing to write it off from. When you write off writing it when you write off writing expenses, it goes toward, it's being written off of what you made as a writer. So basically, like, say I got taxed $30,000 off of the money I made as a writer, which sounds like a lot, but it's very realistic for me. So say I got taxed $30,000 off of, and that's where I would pay them, not they would pay me, off of what I made as a writer. Then I would log in my expenses as a writer, and that number would go down, because now it's not all profit. Like it's we're taking into consideration everything I put into my business in order to make that amount of money. So now that $30,000 is going to lower to $20,000 or something like that. So if you're not making money as a writer, there's nothing to write it off of. Google define tax fraud. I used to sell insurance since I let my license lapse. I tell people I'm not a licensed professional. Here's my opinion. Do what you want. Yeah, I used to be a stockbroker, and my license, and I think I wasn't like legally allowed to give stock advice or anything, any outside of my job until my license lapsed. And so after I quit, it takes several years for it to lapse, and I couldn't really talk about stocks and stuff, but now I can, but it's not legal. Like it's not professional advice, because I'm a regular person now. So I can't give professional advice, but I can now talk to my friends and be like, oh yeah, this ETF and da 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 da. I was watching your Rising Action video, and it helped me because in my writing, my chapters, it always feels like it goes into intro, climax, conclusion, and the Rising Action. Yeah, that's a big problem a lot of people have, but I'm glad it was helpful. If you're writing hypothetical dialogue, as in the character is imagining what they would say to someone, would you put, no, I wouldn't put it in italics. I would put it, oh, yes, I would put it in italics. My mind immediately went to quotation marks. Don't put it in quotation marks. Do put it in italics. Yes, exactly. Tom is going to be in the cell with me. It was not a stressful job. It was a boring job. Did you like? No, I did not. I did not enjoy it in the slightest bit. It's the reason that I started writing a book, because I remember going home and being like, I can't live like this. I can't do this for the rest of my life. Yeah, it's just a very misogynistic environment. The job itself was easy and boring, but it's like being around, like they always like pioneering women to get into male-dominated fields, and I do think that's good for the field, but it sucks to be the women surrounded by these men. And, yeah, it's good for the field to have women in it, but you suffer as these women, because you're surrounded by all these douchebags. So I was very happy to get out of it. The least misogynistic guy I worked with, the least. Like, another guy sexually harassed me, and this guy stepped up and said that he would vouch for me if I wanted to report him. Like, he totally had my back. So he's the least misogynistic guy, okay? And he still had a rating system for like the women in the office and told us to our faces what we were. And then would rate other women and stuff. So like still a huge misogynist. He also told us what celebrities. He said mine is Tina Fey, and he said that I'm a solid 5. But he's like, but my rating system 5 is good because the only 10 alive is Kim Kardashian. So like that's what we're working with. You should write a book about your YouTube life. There's nothing to say about my YouTube life. That's only 10 years, and you guys know it because I've been here. Modeling and stock trading. Well, modeling was just a part-time thing. It was a part-time job. Bitcoin bros. Yeah, it's the same genre of men. It's the same genre of men. Yeah, exactly. I did crash out. That's why I started writing a book. Yeah, that's what was crazy because he was really unattractive. He was really, really unattractive. And I was at the time I was still a model. And he was like, "No, but a 5 is good." He's like, "You're like a 5, but a 5 is good." I might have been a 6. I think my coworker was a 5 and I was a 6. But still, like keep in mind like this was when I was like still modeling part-time. Like, okay, Jesus Christ. Yeah, he wasn't great, but he was the best one in the office, and that says a lot. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Loads of YouTubers have written about their YouTube careers, and it's often kind of meh. The only thing that I think that I could write about that might be like interesting would be stuff that I like. I mean, it is what it is. It's just you're on YouTube and I film these videos in my guest room and that's it. The only thing that I could think of that could be interesting would be spilling tea about people, what people are really like, because I've met a lot of YouTubers and most of them, kind of all of them, were not good people. And I'm not going to write a gossip book. You know what I mean? But that'd be the only thing that I could think of that would be interesting is be like, hey, this person, they're actually a rapist. And hey, this person, they're like a textbook narcissist. And, this person, they were a scammer. And, like, that's all I could think of. And then talking about like my stalkers and stuff. If you want to be a sugar mama, I'll agree to that. What? When? What? Why am I a sugar mama? When did I agree to this? What is happening? Jenna's red hot juicy gossip book coming this fall. There is this quote somewhere that a friend showed me, and she's like, "This is you," and it said something like, "You have no idea how many people's reputations are not ruined solely because I've been quiet." It is kind of true. I'm Loner Club. The story I tell is one of the depths of loneliness. Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the next one. But hey, write that book. Sounds like a tragedy. iPod simmer down. I don't know if that was for Loner Club or the Red Hot Juicy Gossip book, or for the Sugar Mama weirdness. Oh, now people are being mean, guys. If people want to write about loneliness, they are welcome to do so. I have not. Have I gotten caught up? Maybe I should start working on this stupid script. But I don't even know where that came from. If you want to be, how did that even come up? I want to know the thought process. Oh, I was only being half serious. So don't worry. Chat's a little weird. And Iona's missing it. Hey, Cliff, someone just asked me if I could be their sugar mama.
Say what?
Someone just asked me if I could be their sugar mama.
I like the sound of that.
Do you know what that means?
If you could be someone's sugar mama?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were just joking. I know what it means.
Chat a little weird right now. Yeah. It happens. I'm used to it. Sorry, I'm getting caught up. What makes you think I'm loaded? When did I will not confirm or deny, but now I'm wondering what I said that made it sound like I'm loaded. Say what was fucking hilarious, bro. Cyber Central is cracking me up. It's the classy PJs that you're wearing. Do you guys want to know where to get them? Hold on. They're so cute. They're from Amazon, and I'm obsessed. I have so many different colors. Hold on. Oh, they're currently unavailable. Hold on. Let's see these. Oh, these are unavailable too. Well, I'll send them over just in case they become available eventually. It has definitely been weirder. That's true. Comfortable / successful and loaded are two different things. It's the glasses only. Smart people and people who can afford glasses wearing glasses. They're from Costco, and I love them. I'm such a degenerate. I heard loaded and thought, but Jenna is sober. So I'm not a model anymore, and I was okay. Models don't make a lot of money unless you're like a Kendall Jenner, which I obviously was not because you've never seen me anywhere. I was a commercial model, which meant that I like modeled with like a hamburger like this, or I was in a lot of like t-shirt catalogs online. But either way, I'm just gonna move on from this. Jenna is loaded. Jenna is covered in cheese and bacon, I guess. Jenna, how do you flesh out ideas when you keep drawing a blank? I have videos on this as well about how to get ideas, so check them out. That's crazy. That's awful. I'm sorry. I can't remember how much mine cost because it's been a long time. Oh. Oh yeah, that's true. Get my book. Ugh. Sorry, my hair. My hair is so long. I need to get it cut so bad. Like, look at this. Butters is barking at the critters outside, so Cliff is checking to see if the bucks had come to visit. I don't know if you guys been seeing on Instagram, but we've been getting some bucks visiting us lately. Maybe Cliff should write a book. Hey, Cliff, do you want to write a book?
No, that sounds way too hard.
He says no. I feel like there's a hair. I could see a hair.
It'd be depressing.
Baby. I have ideas, they're just not connecting in ways I need them to. I'm missing the important pieces, and no matter how much I think about them, I can't seem to find the missing piece. Yeah, Jay said it perfectly. Put them on Post-its and rearrange them on a board to see if it works. It's usually a specific scene that comes to me, like a concept, like fake dating. It's usually like a trope or a concept that comes first, and it's a vibe for specific characters. Like I knew I wanted Jamie to have long hair, and just little bits and pieces. That's great. I love that. Hey, I buy $1 tomato sauce too, but I use it to make bigger and better things. He should write an autobiography about being married to a model, stockbroker, YouTuber, author, and deer watcher. Did you hear that?
What did you say?
He should write an autobiography about being married to the model, stockbroker, YouTuber, author, and deer watcher.
Jenna would love that.
You guys make my life sound so interesting, but I swear I'm really boring. And also, you guys know that Cliff used to be a touring musician, right? Like, he's played Warped Tour and stuff. Post-its and wall it is. Let me see if I can find that video. It's one of my videos.
Okay.
Cliff thought I was going to try and show you a video from Warped Tour. Don't forget dog mom and fetch assistant. Very important. I swear I'm boring. It's exactly what an interesting person would say. No, like I really don't feel like I'm I'm interesting because like I'm autistic and I don't, I don't really like I don't have a lot of friends. I don't really do a lot of things. I like to be in bed, I'm just, stock and being a stockbroker isn't interesting. You guys have to keep in mind I live in I live in California, so it's not when you're a stockbroker here, it's not like you're on Wall Street holding up those tickets and screaming into a phone. First of all, those are like day traders, and also like financial advisors and people like that. Financial advisor and stockbroker are different things. My job it was very boring. It was very much an office job, and very misogynistic. And I'm glad I'm over. That is the craziest husband lore to just casually draw. Yeah, it's like at the start of my channel, everyone knew about it because his band and stuff was like pretty like well known at the time, and so he was like the one that had like a reputation, not a bad reputation, like he was the one who was known in the relationship, but then I was just the girlfriend, and now the tables have turned, and I have to remind people like, look, like look at the cool stuff he's done, but he didn't enjoy going on tour, and the whole band was kind of like, yeah, this is it for us, because that's how musicians make money, is touring, and they just hated it. They just hated going on tour. So so they decided to disband the band. But yeah. I'm straight, but I'd date Cliff. I'd date him too, obviously. How do you handle criticism while you still writing your future projects? It's just one of those things where you just get used to it. The first few times the first few times I cried and I was heartbroken. Um, and then after a while, it just becomes a normal part of your job. I never think I'm interesting until I meet people with literally no hobbies that only work and do chores. Hey, I don't have any hobbies, so there you go. I've seen the Jenna Moreci biopic. I thought it was weird that she's played by Michael Douglas. Jenna would be Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock is a lot older than I am, but thanks, I guess. Charlotte Bronte came over and we thought she'd be amazing, but she was just kind of boring. Yeah, I feel like that's how I am when people meet me. Like, I'm sorry that I'm lame and I don't like eye contact. Can you drop the band name in Cyborg Central? I super respect the no, or if you ignore. I will confirm with Cliff, because sometimes he's shy. He's watching something, so ask him later. Sandra Bullock is 61. I know, like obviously she's beautiful, but the shade is so real. Like, Jesus. How do I come up with a title? I have a video on that as well. Man, the one day Iona's not here and you guys are being so weird. First, I'm a sugar mama, then I'm a 61-year-old woman. Yeah, I believe Sandra Bullock is Greek. Oh my god. I have it all. this, this is so weird. Nicole says the reason it's weird today is because Iona isn't here to keep people in line. Maybe, yeah, let's sprint. Thank you, Becky. I can't handle this. I'm not good at this, guys. All right. So we're going to do a sprint. I'm going to work on this stupid script. I say stupid, but it's going to be as good. Do you want to say hi to everyone? Look who's here, guys. Oh, thank you. My sweet girl. Thank you. Princess Kisses is right. Thank you, Butters. Mom said time out. Everyone fucking shut. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Butters. Nope, not the mouth. Not the mouth. She's like, okay, fine, then I'm leaving. Oh, now she's just licking my arm. No, she sensed that everyone's being weird, and she's just like, it's okay, Mom. I'm normal. All right, guys, so I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes, and you are going to work on whatever it is you need to work on. For real, yeah, because I usually just lurk and write, but Chet is out there tonight. I know. I'm like, the fuck? Ooh, okay. I cover this in detail in How to Write Romantasy, so definitely check it out. Okay, but I'm not answering any more questions. Oh, we're gonna do a sprint. Right, Bubbles? She's like, okay, my work is done. We're gonna do a sprint and work on whatever it is that you need to personally work on. I will not be providing a prompt for you. And what else? I will be muted. And I think that's it. All right, guys. Here we go. 20 minutes. We'll share our productivity when it's over. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, folks, how did everyone do? I will go first. I got 522 words. Hold on a second. Let me save it before I forget. June, course 10. I got 522 words, and then Butters insisted on playtime, so we're playing. Gotta play when Butters wants to play. What about you guys? What'd you do? Ten pages. I'm reading an arc. Ooh, sounds fun. Hope it's good. Damn. 483. I'm working on the flow of a scene. I don't think I'm out of negative words at the moment. Well, that's good too. 818, however that happened. Hey, that's fantastic. Critiqued 2 chapters. You're fast. Recorded a newscast, so now I can write in the next sprint. Fantastic. I have my man install a wall shelf for my Switch. Amazing. 224, not too shabby for a distracted session. I feel foolish, but what is an art? I'm pretty sure I have a video on that. But it's an advanced copy of a book. Editing a vlog. We love to see it. Yes. Advanced reader copy. I haven't written since I started my new job, but we've all been there. That happens. Don't beat yourself up. Right, Bubba's? Butters is going to town, having fun. She's a dog, and she's got the ball. Oh, she's a dog, and she... Oh, I gotta get rid of the banner. Does anyone else sing songs to their dog while they play fetch? Do you need to get by?
No.
Okay. I always sing songs for Butters. And I like to take songs that are like, it's not like I'm doing it on purpose, but I'll find a song that's normally inappropriate and I just find a way to make it sweet. Like I like to go like, she's a very floofy girl and we love to give her kisses. She's a super floof. She's super floofy. Oh, I'm so glad we do this every Monday, so feel free to join us. I would if my dogs played fetch. Normally he just goes after the ball and never brings it back because he wants me chasing him. That's so cute. Butters is the first dog I've ever had who likes to play fetch. Iona is good. She's at a family thing. So she's totally fine. She's just with her family. Exactly. You gotta make up little songs. I have so many for Butters, and I have a morning song for her that I sing to her in the morning. It goes, good morning, little Butters. Good morning to you. I love my little Butters. I hope she loves me too. And then she gives me kisses. Sometimes I think I'm not really a writer. Then I have a manic, maybe alcoholic episode. So I realize how artsy that is. Oh, yeah, that is very artsy. You're right. I always sing this whenever they shave her legs because it really does look like she's got the boots with the fur. Do you have the boots with the fur, Butters? Not right now. Right now you just got your normal furs. Where did the ball go? Where did it go? am I stupid? Oh, here it is. Oh, that's my girl. You can't see, but she drops the ball in my lap. I sing to my kitty cat sometimes when she likes watching me do my little chores. Aw. Can you imagine writing while drunk? I have absolutely written while drunk. I know a lot of writers who have. I mean, that's Hemingway's whole motto. Can you imagine? And it's the thing that writers are most known for. Stephen King, he was on cocaine, so a little bit different. Can you imagine writing sober? That's very hard. That's a tricky. Have you walked down an urban street flanked by blurry neon signs? That took me a second. Substances and writing are pretty interconnected. There you go. For legal reasons, this is just a joke. You did have some out of the wool, yeah. Child gangbang. I'm pretty sure it's Hemingway, but I'm not 100% sure. Yes, agreed. Agreed. For legal reasons, this is just a joke. No, I wasn't trying to influence any of you guys. I'm not drinking. I'm drinking sparkling water. I've woken up in a different state. I mean, that's the normal way to write characters' inner thoughts. We don't think in past tense. We think in present tense. So characters' inner thoughts are always going to be written in present tense, unless they're thinking about something that already happened. Like, didn't he ride the car last week? Like, that would be in past tense. But if he's thinking about, like, the now, he'd be like, oh, shit. My mom's here, not my mom was here, because our thoughts aren't like that. So yeah, that's the normal way to do it. Wild cherry and cream Pepsi? That sounds amazing. Maybe not the cream part, but the wild cherry part? That sounds delicious. Jenna, you need a sponsorship with them at this point every time I see you. You know what? I really do. This is my go-to. Because I don't like Diet Coke. And I just like to have a nice sweet little drink, but I don't want to eat a bunch of get a bunch of shitty calories. So yeah. What was I gonna say? They should sponsor me. Maybe I should just get an affiliate link. Coffee, tea, or water? I have coffee every morning. I don't like tea. I think it's disgusting. But I just have 1 cup of coffee in the morning, and that's it. If I do decide I want more cups, I'll have decaf, because I don't need that. When you have CPTSD, you don't need a shit ton of caffeine. It's not great for you. And I don't drink coffee for the caffeine, so I can have decaf and be fine. I drink it because it's good for you, so long as you're not having like a mocha with caramel and everything. I drink my coffee black, except I put some supplements in it. I put collagen and sea moss in it. So basically my coffee in my morning is like my medicine, and then I'll have water or sparkling ice throughout the day, but no tea for me. I learned it from watching you, Jenna. If you guys learn anything from watching me, it's how to play fetch, because that's what. Right, Bubba, go say hi. I don't know what FID is. No formatting third person. Right. I think what you're referring to is third person deep, and yes, that is still very much the norm. My books are in third person deep as well. That's how I did it. It's the normal way to do it, but I don't know what FID stands for. No, like it would never be. Their thoughts would never be in past tense in any situation, because it's their thoughts, and we don't think in past tense. Now I gotta Google. Oh, I get it. Okay. No, yeah. I mean, like moss of the sea. That is the most California coffee I've ever heard. You guys are very happy. Yeah, like we grind the beans. We get a big bag of beans from Costco. We grind the beans. I put collagen powder in it. It's good for your joints and your hair. And it's good for your skin, but putting collagen on your face is better for your skin than ingesting collagen. But ingesting collagen is good for other things. And then I do sea moss. When you dissolve it into sea moss, it doesn't have any flavor, because normally if you just eat it like out of the jar, it looks like snot. It's like you're eating a big old snot. But it has like 98% of the nutrients or vitamins that you need in a day. So I just slap it in my coffee, and then I feel good. But yes, it is a very California coffee. Cliff's coffee is similar to mine, except he likes milk, and Cliff has some physical disabilities, so he has a few more supplements in his than mine. Coffee, I mean, same with tea. Coffee and tea are basically water. I drink my coffee out of a plastic pod from a paper mug, like our Lord and Savior intended. What are we learning from Jenna? To drink excessively and do cocaine so we can write like a really angry Hemingway. Hey, I'm not a fan of Stephen King, so I would never recommend all the cocaine. And drinking heavily is not good for your liver. So you're definitely not learning that from me. I need to have this in part of my routine now. I have learned that it's a little, I'm going to preface this by saying that I am my own boss. That, writing is my business. So I get to, unless we have a doctor's appointment, I get to wake up when I want to wake up. So it's easier for me to say this than, when I was a stockbroker or anyone who has like a different job. Oh, but I try to treat my morning like it's special, like it's a treat. So when I do my morning routine, I I put my coffee together and I dump the stuff in, and I try to think about it as if I'm like doing a morning vlog or something, and I'm in my cute PJs and I'm like, da, 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 da. I try to look at my morning that way because I feel like it sets off the day on a good tone, I sort of like imagine that this is like the morning montage and like a cute little vlog or something, even though I look like shit and my breath stinks or something like that. So that's how I look at it, and it helps to set my day on the right step, and it helps me enjoy like my coffee and stuff. But obviously it's easier for me to say that because I'm not rushing out of the door at 6 a.m. Last one. Ugh. Whew. Come on, Peppers! You won! You're a winner! She's frozen. So yeah, like I like putting my coffee together, and it's, you know, it's like, ooh, it's special for me, and blah blah, and all that stuff. And obviously, I get Butters her her breakfast, and this is probably going to sound very California, but we make her food. So no kibble for her. We make her food, and it's very healthy, isn't it? California coffee, banana nut. At least you and Cliff are drinking coffee, not doing those coffee enemas. Hey, Cliff, want to do a coffee enema?
Nope.
Yeah, he's just a creep. He's a creepy dude. Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, it's easier for me to say because I wake up at like 11, you know, but it's not so easy when you got to wake up at 5, you know. So I get it. Coffee makes me hear colors. I love that. What time is it for you? It is 5:41 p.m. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I just like I prefer my own coffee. If I go to like, and I used to work at Starbucks when I was in college. I worked at Starbucks, and I'm always like, oh, they're not going to do it right, you know. Oh, yay! Yes, that's what we do. We meal prep for Butters, and all of her food is cooked in homemade bone broth. And it's homemade bone broth, so it doesn't have any of the spices or seasonings that dogs can't have. It's very healthy, and she loves it. He really is. He like talk about like outing yourself. Like what a fucking idiot. Like it's hilarious. I mean, it's fucked up, but hilarious. Oh goodness. He tweeted about he tweeted out of the blue. No one asked him about this. No one asked his opinion. No one suspected him, but he just tweeted out of the blue that the Epstein files aren't real and to like stop asking to see them. And it's like that's some only someone who's in the Epstein files would do that, you know. So everyone's like, well, we know just who's in the Epstein files now, and he basically just outed himself. Oh, Butters is so happy right now. Yeah, I'm talking about you.
She's like, her eyes like looking over at you.
Yeah, basically, total idiot. Right. But he was also a big one about Stephen King. And he was also a big one. He was very vocal on Twitter about how, you know, diversity in fiction is very dangerous. It's a slippery slope. So it's like we already knew he was a weirdo. It was so the man doth protest. Exactly. Stephen King should have said he was just there to buy cocaine. I didn't know about this. Ooh, tell me. Spill the tea. Spill the tea. I need to know. Yeah, he literally said it's dangerous and a slippery slope. Diversity is dangerous. Yeah. Cocaine is dangerous, but he didn't seem to have a problem with that. I don't know. Old white men. Oh. God. Settle down, guys. What a man. You don't even fucking go here. Why are you talking? So true. Men is right. Why are men? Maybe I'll add that to my merch store. Why are men? Oh, my hair is so soft right now. But the roots are like frizzy because I didn't have my like the cap that I sleep in, the bonnet I sleep in. I had to wash it, and the other one I had, the backup one I had a big hole in it, so all the hair just comes out anyway. So anyway, so I didn't get to sleep in my bonnet, and so my hair is like frizzy up here, but it's all soft and nice down here. She doesn't even go here. Did you get wrapped up in watching the off-campus series? I did not. I was a little interested because, I like romance and I really loved Heated Rivalry, but every clip I've seen of off-campus on Instagram looks like a CW show, like very cheesy and very like not good. And so it made me not interested in watching it, which is a shame because it's like I loved Heated Rivalry, but the writing was so like, it just didn't appeal to me. Oh man, I still have the shirt. I still have it. You guys know what I mean, though. It was just very like a CW show, and I could be like, maybe those were just the clips I saw. But why are they using these clips, like the shitty clips, then? And then I see other clips, and it's just like the girl is imagining that she's playing a song, and she's just sitting there going. It's like, this is not what musicians do. We have a music studio in my house, guys. This is not what they do. I don't have an interest in young Sherlock, but Cliff has pointed it out before, so we may end up watching it, if he's interested. But so far, I have not been interested. Would you want your books to be a Netflix adaptation or a niche indie show or movie? I think everything I write would probably be better suited for HBO. It was more like The Flash. So I guess more like Smallville. And I loved Smallville, but I was also 13. You know what I mean? And then you look back at it as an adult now and you're like, oh, this is so cheesy. But, for 13-year-olds, it works. But I, it's like The Flash, like that vibe. And I saw other people online talking about it too. They're like, it's like a CW thing. And I'm like, oh no, that's so unfortunate. But I loved Smallville when I was a little kid. I was, what was I going to say? I had a huge crush on Tom Welling. And then I had a huge crush on the Green Arrow, who turned out to be a huge douche in real life, which is unfortunate. Well, I thought it was great for the audience, which was the audience was youngsters, and little kids can, like, I say little kids, but I mean like middle schoolers, they're fine with cheese, but off campus is supposed to be for adults, but everything I've seen of it, the writing is not adults. I don't know. Like, it's like, this is not how adults talk. And one of the things I like about Heated Rivalry is that it felt very realistic to adults. Except for the fact that you guys know I cuss a lot, but it seemed like the writer just thought, oh, they're a guy, so they're just going to say fuck a lot. And this is a big thing in romance books in general, where they just have the guys go, fuck yeah, fuck it, no, fuck yeah, fuck no, fuck yeah, fuck no, fuck off, over and over again. That was annoying, but other than that, I liked it. Oh no, Green Arrow guy. Yeah, he keeps leveling up his wives. By that I mean, as he gets older, he dumps a wife for a younger model, then dumps a wife for a younger model, and just keeps doing that. Yeah, like, and well, that's kind of what I mean, where I really liked Smallville as a kid, but as an adult now, I can look back and recognize it wasn't good, but I still enjoyed it. But I don't think I could get into it now outside of nostalgia reasons. And this kind of gives me that, where it's like, I don't think I could get into it because I don't have nostalgia. Oh, which person? Wait, is it Milo or is it Xander? Those are usually Milo, Xander, and Orion are the deaths that people get really upset about. Although sometimes people get upset about the Cetus' death, so who knows? Yikes, a discount DiCaprio. Yeah. Yeah, except the women are of age. Like, they're not teenagers. But it's just that, No, I think she means Stephen Amell. Who are you talking about? We're talking about in my book. Who died in my book? There is no Stephen Amell in my book. Sarah, what are you on? Are you on Stephen King's cocaine? Oh, it's Orion. Womp womp. Justin Hartley, really cute guy, but not a great guy to his wives. Exactly. Oh, yeah, guys, I've been talking about Smallville the whole time. Pay attention. But yeah, Justin Hartley, he is not a good guy. Yeah, exactly. Not a good guy to his wives. But when he upgrades, he to be clear, he's not a pedo to my knowledge, but he's just, finds he can't handle his women aging, so he'll find a new 30-year-old. So they're of age, but it's still fucked up to leave your wife for someone younger a million times over. Yes, I meant Smallville's Green Arrow. I've never seen the Green Arrow show. I have no interest in it because I don't like that CW stuff. I thought she was great too. Now she does a lot of Hallmark movies. It depends on if you're writing it as in the free indirect, because I've never seen FID, but I know what free indirect discourse is. If you're writing it as free indirect discourse in the narrative itself, then what you're describing is correct. But if you're writing it as an internal thought, it would be italicized and in first person. I agree, and I liked her more than Lana, even and that's a what's it called? A unpopular opinion. I know, I saw that and I was like, oh God. It's because it's a guaranteed gig and they make a ton of money. And they don't have to be seen as like famous and be in tabloids and stuff like that. So they make a ton of money, but get to have a relatively normal life. So I don't enjoy Hallmark movies, but I could definitely see the appeal of getting consistent gigs in Hallmark. Me too. Okay, good. See, we get each other. I feel like oh, it's 555. I feel like I should get back to another sprint, but you don't have to watch Hallmark movies. I don't. If you don't like Christmas movies, don't watch them. No one's making you. Oh, I knew a lot of people who did not like Lois in Smallville, and they wanted him to end up with Lana. But that's because they focused on Lana for so long that people got attached to her. But I didn't. After a while, I got really sick of her, and so I was happy when Lois came along. The only negative is that she, in my opinion, looked older than the rest of the cast, which I don't really care about, but it wasn't as believable for her to be in high school. But I still loved her and I still loved everything. She was my favorite. I didn't like Chloe either. And then she ended up being a part of a cult. So there you go. Yeah, people are gross. I wanted to tell you I am doing a book with Butters. Is that okay? Um, it's a little weird because I don't know. It's a little strange. I don't know you. And I don't know what happens to Butters in your book. I don't know. It's a little strange, I guess. I'm not sure how to react. Anywho, sprint, sprint, sprint. Let's do a sprint. Yeah, the funny thing about that though is like it is safer to have 30-year-olds play these characters as opposed to making kids work these hours. So whenever people complain about it, I'm like, let the 30-year-olds be high schoolers. It's fine. Yay, welcome. Maybe do a book with your own dog. Sprint. Yes, okay guys, let's do a sprint. Let's see how far I can get. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to do a sprint. I'm going to work on this script and we'll see how it goes. I'm starting to get hoarse. All right, setting the timer for 20 minutes. Yes, that's right. Yes, you know. Say hi. Say hi. Thank you. That was such a sweet little kiss. You're so gentle. Look at her. Someone wants to put you in a book, but you don't know them. All right, guys, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right, folks. How did everyone do? I finished my script. I wrote 1,000 words, which is crazy. I'm just writing last sentence. Oh, okay. Damn, my chest. I'm like, whew, I did it. Okay. Feels good to be done with that. Man, all that hemming and hawing, and it wasn't even hard. It's a spam risk. Should I answer it in case it's?
If you want to.
I don't.
Like,
It's Fremont, so I don't think it's them.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. We're waiting on a hospital call. Oh, thank you. Thank you. 332. Fantastic. Critique another chapter. Amazing. Damn, Jenna, 1,000 words. This mere mortal only managed. This has never happened to me before. I was just so eager to get the script done. Okay, but I need to write a note before I forget. I need to order more sparkling ice. Actually, I'll just do that right now. Do you want more of the lemon lime sparkling ice, Cliff, or are you meh about it?
No, I don't really like it.
Okay,
Can we get some like bottle of
Sprite?
Starry Zero or something?
Okay, we'll see what we can do. Do you want the Starburst strawberry?
I mean, don't we still have some?
We only have like 3.
If you liked it enough to get another one.
But do you want some?
I'm okay. I prefer Sprite.
Okay. So they have Sprite Zero. Is that...
What size are they, though?
What the fuck just happened? This is not available. This is a 67. Oh, that's not.
Is it 2 liter?
Yeah, but it's not 0 sugar. Sorry, guys. I am placing an order. They have these. Sprite Zero. 12 fluid ounces.
Oh, they're not. They're tiny ones.
Is that bad?
No, I just...
You can just have 2.
Okay, we could try it out.
It's just hard to find with the bottles.
I know.
Okay. Sorry, Cliff can't have sugar. Ooh, 2 more character profiles. 428. Amazing. I somehow got 358. Also amazing. 7,514 words total. That's fantastic. Oh, is it too... you can trim 14 words. Oh, thank you. This one is from Iona, and this one is from Cliff. This is Wally, the koala, and this is Icarus, the otter. Yes, I have a Discord community. It's available through my Patreon. Is there anything else you need? I do need bread.
Can you buy that ranch too?
Yeah. Hold on, guys. Sorry. If I don't do this now, I'm going to forget.
Because you're a forgetter.
Yes, I'm a forgetter. I clicked add to cart. Add to cart. There we go. That's what I like to see. Man, I want ice cream. I haven't had ice cream in ages. Okie dokie. Order placed. Thanks, guys. I've got good news. I took your advice since we've last met, and I got 200 views on my story, and I'm close to getting a comic out of it. Awesome. Sorry, folks. I'm checking the missed call. Okay, yeah, it was spam. Plotting out chapters right now. Oh, man. Well, I might actually end things here. I know I usually go until 7, but I need to feed Butters, and she's staring at me. She's like, dinner time's at 6, Mom. And also, I'm starting to get hoarse. Normally, when I do these streams, I've got Iona here, so I'm not talking the entire time. Someone else is talking. So since it's just me talking this time, I'm starting to get hoarse, and I don't want to be all messed up for Cliff's birthday, which is coming up. So I'm going to end things here. Thank you guys so much for joining my stream. It was very weird. It was fun, but some of you guys are weird. And I say this as
that's okay.
I say this as an autistic person who is also weird. But
exactly.
But Standard Fiend says happy birthday, Cliff.
Oh, thank you.
You guys are so sweet. Happy birthday to Cliff. Yes. But anywho, guys, I have a video coming out on Wednesday. It is, I think it's part 8 of my course, so definitely watch it. And yes, Butters, yes, are you gonna come say goodbye to everyone? You want to say goodbye to everyone? Come here. Everyone loves you. No? Just gonna stare at me? She's staring at me and pointing to her ball, like, hello. Even though we just played. Yes, it was very fun, guys. So yeah, I will be back on Wednesday with a video, and if you guys didn't know, I'm streaming on Twitch as well. So I will probably be available to stream on Twitch sometime this week. So definitely check that out. And I should be back for another live stream next Monday. So anywho, guys, in the meantime, go buy my books, and I will talk to you later. Bye.